YouTube, this is Melissa. My name is Melissa. I am the owner and founder of the skin and body care line, Beauté Sauvage. So this is an all-natural, plant-based product line that I have created all by my lonesome, and this has really become my baby. This is my second year in business, and one of the many things that led up to me creating the skin and body care line was the strong desire to decrease the amount of toxins and perfumes and all this kind of fun stuff that we're surrounding ourselves in, whether we want to or not, and decreasing it and really wanting to take charge of my skin and body care and my overall care. And then also being a control freak, I have a husband and 2 kids. So naturally, I wanted to see how I can incorporate all of the things that I was learning for myself with my family. So if this is something that interests you, you should subscribe and turn on notifications so that way you could know when the next video comes out. There's going to be a 5-part series talking about some of the things to expect, some of the cute things, some of the not so cute things, some of the things that I kind of wish I had in mind and been a little more prepared for as I was doing this detox basically. But the main part of this series is going to be detoxing, but the focus is going to be celery juicing. Everybody is talking about it. If you go to buy your organic celery, you know that stuff it's oftentimes now sold out and you have to like hunt around for it. So I have been doing it since early December, and you will get to know me. I am the person that will give you like spill the tea on something. Like if you follow the hashtags, if you've seen any of the things on celery juicing, people waking up and saying, I'm craving waking, when I wake up, I'm craving it. I'm like, okay, we're not there yet. So if you're a person that wants to have the tea spilt on the celery juicing, stay tuned.
What are you doing? What is the deal with the celery juice?
Some of the benefits, some of the things that you should expect, some of the things to kind of be prepared for, and some of the questions that I get. And I figured it would be good to kind of share this in a more simplified, real talk kind of way, because if you know me personally, then you know that's just like my thing. Like I want to just strip away the bullshit and give you like the real details that nobody on that hashtag, if you follow some of the hashtags with celery juice benefits, all that good stuff, nobody's talking about some of the not so fun details. So today is basically just kind of like an intro, and then there's going to be a 5-part series talking about some of the things to prepare, some tools to keep in mind, some herbal teas to keep on hand, things like that. So if this is something that interests you, turn your notifications on so that way you can be notified when Beauté Sauvage posts another Instagram or posts another video. So stay tuned. So yeah, basically what I want to talk about is a little bit of how I came to the point where I wanted to, as my family would say, go a little more hippie, just embracing more holistic. What were some of the things that I was frustrated with as far as my own health, my family history, being a Puerto Rican, how I was able to eliminate, I would say 95 to 98% of the meat that I was eating. I don't really like to say that I'm vegan because I'm not trying to be put in a box. And I need room for mistakes. So that's another reason why I really just have never been able to admit and say that, oh, I'm vegan. But I'm mostly dairy free and I'm pretty much mostly meat free. But this does not mean or imply that I'm totally perfect. I know in particular my family, wants to make it sound like, oh, that's it, you're too good for everybody, or like they don't want to eat something around me because, oh, this isn't how Melissa works. Or what makes me laugh, and this one is true, how they bring soda with them when they come over my house because they know I won't have any. That, yeah, that's true. But we still get McDonald's every now and then. Have made small changes bit by bit by bit by bit. I'm not a fad person. I'm not a newest diet person. I know myself, that whole regimen of a diet, and when I hear the word diet, I kind of cringe. So anything in that basket that would go along with that, I'm definitely going to go the opposite. So if you're like me, where you're kind of thinking, you know what, maybe it's time to make some changes, or I've been making some small changes, I'm not really sure what's the next thing that I should do. I started off with doing basic things like cutting out aluminum-based deodorants, starting taking care of my skin with natural products, incorporating the organic foods, and I focused on the Dirty Dozen. We'll talk more about that. Things like that, making small, manageable changes and taking more control in manageable chunks, because I also was incorporating those changes with my husband and my 2 children. So I knew if I couldn't keep it up for just myself, then I was definitely not going to be able to keep it up and manage it for my family. And I'm not about that, I'm gonna feed you some bran muffin and you're not gonna eat it and we're gonna have this fight. Like, all of these things that are legitimate concerns, because again, I'm not one to be like, well, I'm gonna make myself something and then I'm gonna make 3 other versions of dinner, of breakfast, of lunch, all that stuff. So doing it in small increments has been a huge way that I've been able to manage and slowly chip away at slowly detoxifying and eliminating unnecessary toxins, perfumes, dyes. If it's too far from the original version of the plant, then I just need to, just posing those questions. It's a slow change, it's a slow process, but if it's something that you're committed to or you start to feel the benefits, then it's something that I highly recommend. So what happens after that is I then come across celery juicing. So what I'm going to be talking about in this series is some of the things that happen, some of the detox effects, how I'm managing it. I'm not doing it 7 days a week, like real talk. People run out of things, and I don't want to go to ShopRite a 3rd or 4th time for just celery. So these are going to be some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this 5-part series. So when you run out of celery, what's option B? Things like that. And again, the main reason that I'm going to do this is because people expect a certain truth from me. When they ask me something, they know I'm going to give you the real deal. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to find the best way to give you the most honest and real answer. So enough people have come to me, have, stopped me at random places and asked me like, so what's the celery burps like? And what happens with the bathroom? These kinds of things. So we gonna get all up in that. Yeah, we gonna get all up in that nitty gritty. So if this is something that you are interested in, stay tuned. I'm going to be posting a video every Friday for the next 5 weeks after this. And I will answer as many questions as I can based on what I have learned. And when there's a huge topic, there's so many people that are more specialized in it, more educated in it. So there's oftentimes I'm going to be directing you to follow or look something up. So do your homework. If it's something that you are interested in detoxing, in decreasing the amount of toxins, and more specifically, celery juice. Google celery juice benefits. See if it's something that you could benefit from. Honestly, I don't know anyone that wouldn't be able to benefit from it, but maybe it's not something that you think you can tolerate, because celery juice itself, celery juice is no joke. And I'm talking straight up celery. I started off mixing it up with other fruits, so we'll talk more about how to kind of like get your toes wet, because 16 ounces of celery juice. I don't drink coffee, and I never have. It's not a detoxing. I just don't like the taste of coffee. 16 ounces of celery juice will wake you up. Don't get it twisted. It will get things moving. Okay? So you don't really need it. And I feel amazing, and that's another thing. That was really another motivation, because I feel amazing. I'm 38. I'm going to be turning 39 in July. And I wish that I was better to my body when I was in my 20s, because I feel like I probably could have conquered the world by the time I was 26 if I was taking better care of myself then. When I had the energy, when I had the time, I had the money, and I was just carefree. I wish that I had taken better care of my health then. But that's okay. That's all right. 10 years later and change. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just glad that I'm not, too late, and that I'm, pre-diabetic, or there's, high blood pressure or anything like that. So if you're like me, where I'm not super crazy hardcore about pretty much anything, I'm just not that person. All those gym rats, you CrossFit people, you yogis, that's cool, but I'm just not that hardcore. So if you're somewhere along those lines, I'm right in the middle. If I see the benefit, if I feel the benefit, I'm going to stick with it. And this has been the first time in my life that I've consistently stuck with something with regards to my diet. So, and by diet, I mean just what I'm eating. So if you're kind of like me, where you're just let's deal with this, and you're not into fads, then I highly suggest you follow me and take some of these tips, and I really hope that they benefit you as much as they have benefited me, because I can honestly say my life is literally different from changing what I'm putting in my body and paying more close attention to it. It's really something that I think is an understated power. Holla at your girl. Follow me, and let's get it. All right? So we'll talk soon. Stay tuned. Every Friday. I don't know what time on Friday. Don't try and, hold me down. But every Friday, let's talk about it. And I can't wait to spill the tea. All right. Bye, everybody.